News Channel 3 starts off with breaking news right now.
We are following breaking news in South Haven, where police have shut down North Beach after a slew of violent behavior. This is video of an arrest taken just about an hour and a half ago. Police tell us people were throwing bottles at officers. Witnesses say police have been breaking up minor fights throughout the day, but of course it escalated. Police evacuated North Beach and made the decision to then close it. An estimated 70,000 people are in the city tonight for Light Up the Lake. Now, despite the violence, the fireworks show went on as scheduled. It is still going on right now. News Channel 3's Andy Dominiani has been covering the event all day. He is live tonight for us. Andy, a family-friendly event takes a violent turn.
That's exactly what happened here, Brittany. Very unfortunately, too. The grand finale of Light Up the Lake happening in the skies above me here in South Haven. So the show did go on, but this annual tradition was all but ruined by something that has never happened before. Namely, police cleared North Beach at about 9:30 for violence. Mass chaos erupting before these fireworks even could. Here's some video that we shot a short time ago as police evacuated tens of thousands of people off the beach all at once. What happened was there were smaller problems throughout the day and the evening, but then at about 9 o'clock a large group showed up, blasting music, and started fighting. Police moved in to pepper spray them when they wouldn't stop. Then they started throwing bottles at police. We have confirmed that there have been at least 10 to 12 people arrested, a couple of injuries to those people who were on the beach, and one officer sustained a pretty serious injury when he was hit in the face. We talked with police a short time ago, and here's what the sergeant with the South Haven PD had to say.
There's multiple people in custody. I couldn't even tell you right now how many are in custody, but there were so many different people throwing bottles, it was even hard to identify them. And again, people were getting injured, the situation turned very dangerous, so we had to make the decision to close North Beach. There's some head injuries, some open lacerations, and some just bumps and bruises.
So once again, North Beach here in South Haven cleared about half an hour before the fireworks show began. 3 injuries that we know of, one of them a police officer. Mass rioting, forcing police to do something they've never done before, which was evacuate this beach. News Channel 3's Nikki Zizaza has been talking with police as well and picks up the story from here. Nikki.
That's right, Andy. When I spoke to the sergeant earlier, he told me that some of the people suffered head injuries and lacerations. And the thing is, the scene earlier was much different. Police were patrolling the area. They were saying their biggest concern was out on the water. So when this broke through, they said it was just all around unfortunate. Deputy Brian Matthews says Van Buren County Sheriff's Office is ready for the 3rd and 4th of July fireworks celebration.
The Sheriff's Office has put on additional deputies throughout the county to cover criminal complaints. He's also put on additional Marine Patrol deputies to cover the waterways. We also have our ATV unit out and about through South Haven here. The Sheriff's Office taking an all-hands-on-deck approach to handle the surge of visitors and complaints about the few unruly partygoers hitting South Haven's shoreline. We've also have a large amount of complaints of assaults, which are pretty standard during the holiday weekends. Unfortunately, people during these times that they do want to try and relax and they start to consume alcohol. And when people don't use their alcohol in moderation, then they become intoxicated, and that's when a lot of the issues start. And to prevent that, multiple agencies are banding together, setting up a command post closer to the action, cracking down on impaired drivers and alcohol-related incidents. The biggest concern being out on the water. We've had a large amount of calls for our Marine Patrol, from everything from people playing loud music on boats to drunk boaters. To reckless boating. Deputy Matthews emphasizing the focus this Independence Day weekend. To make sure that the policing protection of the County of Van Buren is completely covered throughout this entire holiday weekend, and that public safety is the Sheriff's #1 goal.
And Britt, Sergeant Patrick Carlotto with South Haven Police Department tells me there is no danger to the public right now. However, units are going to continue patrolling the entire South Haven metropolitan area. Nikki Zizaza, News Channel 3. Andy.
All right, Nikki, thank you. Once again, we'll recap for you. North Beach has been evacuated. The fireworks show, just as Nikki was talking, has ended, and now there will be another mass exodus from South Haven. Some 70,000 people came for the show. 30,000 probably were evacuated from North Beach at about 9:30. All of them still trying to leave town, and police trying to keep the peace. Once again, that mass rioting almost ruining what's become a favorite annual tradition here in South Haven and for all of us in West Michigan. Very disappointing, but of course we'll stay on top of this and let you know how this resolves itself. For now, we're live in South Haven. Andy Dominiani, News Channel 3. We'll be back in a few minutes with another update, Brittany.
All right, Andy, Nikki, thank you. Folks out enjoying those fireworks tonight also enjoyed some comfortable temperatures. Meteorologist Christina Anthony has a first look at your forecast. Christina.
Yeah, Brittany, the weather certainly wasn't pushing anyone away. It's a pleasant evening. Fireworks friendly. That's been the phrase we used yesterday evening and this evening as well. We keep live Doppler radar free of any rain. Now a few clouds are in the mix, but that's all. 65 degrees in Kalamazoo feels nice. 61 in South Haven at 11:06. 63 in Benton Harbor. And good evening, Battle Creek. Got some fireworks going off there too. 66 degrees. Tonight's forecast will slowly bring you into the upper 50s by tomorrow morning. Increasing clouds. That's ahead of a storm system that's off to our south, telling you where those showers possibly develop. Coming up shortly, Britt.
All right, Christina, a dozen communities are holding their own fireworks with another 24 tomorrow night. That includes Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. You can find a full list at wwmt.com. A 3-year-old girl dies after Ottawa County deputies say she ran in front of a car. It's an update to a story we first brought you tonight at 6:30. That crash happened this afternoon on 64th Avenue in Zeeland Township. Deputies say the 61-year-old driver hit his brakes and swerved, but hit the girl. Her mother and friends were nearby at the time of that crash. Deputies say the 3-year-old child was taken to the hospital where she died of her injuries. A fiery crash in Portage after police say the driver hit a tree. This is cell phone video sent in to us by viewers. The crash happened just before 6 this evening near Portage Road and Bacon Avenue. Officers tell us the driver was speeding and lost control, but was able to escape uninjured. 2 people are killed in a small plane crash in Frankenmuth. The plane went down around 6 p.m. in a field not far from the Frankenmuth Airport in Saginaw County. Authorities are working to determine what caused that crash. The names of the victims have not yet been released. 6 teens are behind bars accused of taking a man's $2,000 sunglasses at gunpoint. A 22-year-old man told Battle Creek police a group approached him in a gas station parking lot and stole his Cartier sunglasses. Police say the man chased the group. When they took off in a vehicle, that's when the suspects started shooting at him. All 6, ages 16 to 19, were arrested. They're charged with assault with intent to murder and armed robbery. Today marks 1 year since a tragic accident that left a West Michigan man paralyzed. Last July, Robert Roll was playing in the Constantine versus White Pigeon alumni football game. He collided with another player, breaking his neck. Roll's brother tells us he is paralyzed from the sternum down, and while his progress has been slow, he is staying strong as he continues his rehabilitation. Roll's family and friends have organized a golf outing set for next month in Three Rivers. All of the proceeds will go to Roll to build a handicap-accessible home for Roll and his daughter. If you would like to take part in the event or you'd like to donate, just head to the link section of wwmt.com. A truck bomb explodes in Baghdad, killing 115 people. As Wendy Gillette explains, that blast was so intense, some victims' families couldn't recognize their loved ones.
Flames inside a shopping mall lit up a dark Baghdad neighborhood after a bomb in the back of a pickup truck exploded early Sunday. The carnage was substantial, more than 100 dead, including at least 15 children, 10 women, and 6 police officers. Almost 200 others were injured. Hours later in daylight, crowds gathered to see the burned-out building where most of the victims died. The suicide bomber struck just after midnight in a popular commercial area lined with stores and restaurants in the downtown area. This man says after the bomb went off, people couldn't recognize their relatives because they were engulfed in fire.
Insieme per loro.
Pope Francis offered prayers for the victims as well as for those killed and injured in the Bangladesh attack Friday. The Islamic State has claimed responsibility for both and for an attack at Istanbul's airport last week. This was the deadliest bombing in Baghdad since last July. Wendy Gillette for CBS News.
A second car bomb exploded in northern Baghdad, killing 5 people and injuring 16. Well, a lot of folks love fireworks, but they can be terrifying for your pets. Experts say it's the time when the most dogs run away. What's being done to reunite pets with their owners? Welcome back. If you have a dog, you know the 4th of July can be a stressful time. As News Channel 3's Jessica Harthorn found out, there's a free local resource that's reuniting hundreds of people with their missing pets.
The Facebook page is called Kalamazoo Area Lost Pets. With over 7,000 fans, the successful site has gained popularity over the years.
Every single day, matches are being made.
Julie Barber with the Kalamazoo Humane Society says the 4th of July weekend is the #1 time of year pets run off, terrified by loud fireworks and boisterous barbecues. Barber says anytime a pet can be reunited with its owner outside of a shelter, it's a win-win for everyone.
It's a great feeling because one, that animal who's already scared and stressed out can go straight home without having to visit the shelter first. It also relieves a lot of staff time and taxpayers' dollars on animal services staff who are working overtime on the holiday.
The way the Facebook page works is simple. Provide the nearest cross streets where the pet was lost or found and give a detailed description of the animal with a picture. Jessica Harthorn, News Channel 3.
The Kalamazoo Area Lost Pets page is only open to pet owners who live in Kalamazoo, Galesburg, Manawan, Plainwell, and Schoolcraft. We have a link at wwmt.com. A noisy start to the holiday in Allegan. The annual July 3 Jubilee roared through downtown today. There were fire trucks, people in costumes, and classic cars. Kids, of course, always having plenty of candy. And after the parade, there was food and live music.
There's usually about 5,000 people that come into downtown Allegan, so it's really exciting to see the energy and the whole community come out, and I think everyone has a lot of fun.
The night in Allegan ended with fireworks. Celebrating everything our area has to offer, from breweries to ice cream, we want your take on the best of West Michigan. Tomorrow we'll reveal your pick for Best Park. You can vote and check out the winners so far at wwmt.com. Once again, we are following breaking news in South Haven, where violence breaks out on North Beach. Another live report after the break. We are following breaking news in South Haven. North Beach is evacuated before Light Up the Lake due to violence. News Channel 3's Andy Dominiani has been covering this event all day long. He is live tonight in South Haven. Andy.
Yeah, Brittany, there's an eerie quiet here in North Beach after a very chaotic couple of hours. Police shutting down this beach at about 9:30 tonight. Mass evacuations after mass violence caused a number of injuries. Take a look behind me. The beach is completely empty just a few minutes after Light Up the Lake ended. Typically, on this broadcast at this time, we're talking with folks about how much fun they had and what a great show it was. Well, today was not fun for a lot of people, especially not for the police. They've had to call for backup after mass riots on North Beach forced the entire thing to be evacuated. We know of at least 3 injuries. One of them is a police officer. I just talked with Van Buren County. They are booking 10 to 12 people in the Van Buren County Jail as we speak for assault. Here's some video that we shot a short time ago at the command center as police were forcing people off the beach en masse and arresting suspects. What happened was at about 9 o'clock, a group came in blasting music and they became violent. Police responded, they pepper sprayed them, and those folks threw bottles at police. Police telling me that so many bottles were coming at them from so many different directions that they had to shut the beach down for their own safety. Once again, 10 to 12 people arrested now, 2 injuries to folks who were here, and one facial injury to a police officer. Right now, the beach is empty. The evacuations are over. Pretty much everybody is gone at this point. But of course, this was not the way this day was supposed to go. This annual tradition, this fireworks show here in South Haven, all but ruined by mass chaos happening on North Beach a couple of hours ago. Of course, we've got a team of reporters here collecting information, talking with witnesses about what happened and what they saw, and we'll bring you more here in just a few minutes. For now, we're live again in North Beach, South Haven. Andy Dominiani, News Channel 3. Brittany.
All right, Andy, thank you. Holocaust survivor and Nobel Peace Prize winner Elie Wiesel is laid to rest.
It's a great loss for the Jewish people. It's a great loss for mankind. And he was a unique individual, and we'll miss him terribly. Whenever there was hate, he said we must speak out. We can never be quiet.
This morning, family and friends gathered for a private funeral at a synagogue in New York City. The 87-year-old died yesterday. Wiesel was honored for his lifelong fight for the remembrance of the millions of Holocaust victims. Well, despite some violence in South Haven, plenty of other folks enjoyed some nice fireworks this evening and comfortable temperatures, Christina.
Always tough to hear that, Brittany, but weather certainly not pushing anyone away from those firework displays across West Michigan. How about Kalamazoo coming in at 65 degrees and mainly clear? We had lots of cloud cover throughout the day, but got rid of them just in time for fireworks. Dew points in the lower 50s means that it also feels pleasant. I think we add more humidity into the mix come tomorrow. It's a little bit muggy and also mostly cloudy for the 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. Morning, 60 degrees in the upper 50s in spots, especially now that we have those clearer conditions. I think clouds building in overnight, though, and the possibility of an isolated, emphasis on isolated shower during your afternoon. Come evening, after sunset, that opportunity racing off to the east and temperatures around 70 degrees, so a little bit warmer than they were this evening and yesterday evening as we celebrate, of course, the 4th of July. Storm trackers loop here showing where those showers are confined well south of the state. We keep the bulk of that moisture south of West Michigan. However, some cloud cover and even a few showers are brought in by many forecast models towards afternoon. Here's the morning. You'll find the cloud cover located from South Haven into Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, and then south of, so near and south of I-94. Then that cloud cover spreading across West Michigan all the way into Grand Rapids, Holland, Muskegon. Doesn't really matter where you are. Tomorrow afternoon, it's pretty much going to be cloudy. And then, yeah, some of those showers possible along and south of I-94. They're brief and they're light. All right, I don't think it's overwhelming either. And most of this stuff out of here by the evening. That's what most forecast models indicate, but the cloud cover still going to be there. I think we have filtered fireworks once again, much like last night, a cloud cover in the area. The 70s in Kalamazoo for the Growlers game, fireworks going off afterwards. How about Tuesday morning? Turning humid and gradually clear. It's going to take a while, but I think by Tuesday afternoon, it's partly sunny and pretty nice. 66 degrees in Battle Creek. Good evening, Coldwater at 62, 63 degrees in Holland. These dew points around the 50s. Now it turns a bit muggy at 60-degree dew points. Watch what happens by Wednesday, Thursday, forecasting dew points, yeah, in the lower 70s. It's humid, and we turn the heat up too in West Michigan Wednesday through Friday. Temperatures in the upper 80s, Brittany, met by that opportunity for storms, will feel more like the lower 90s. It had to happen eventually. Summer, it's
Welcome
here.
to July. We'll take it, right? I'll enjoy it. We only have summer.
You have to. You
3
don't
months
have a choice.
3 months out of the year doesn't happen that much in
Right.
Michigan. All right, Christina, thank you. The Tigers look to complete the 4-game sweep of the Rays this afternoon. Eric Pre's in next with all of your highlights from that matchup in Tampa Bay.
Last year, the Kalamazoo Growlers only won 17 games all season and finished last in the Northwood League standings. This year's different, though. They're not even halfway through the season, and the Growlers have already eclipsed their win total from last season and are hoping to contend for a playoff position when it's all said and done. Growlers taking on the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors with a chance to make up some ground in the South Division standings. Wisconsin gets on the board first, though, in the top of the second. Ben Fisher grounds one back up the middle. Logan Maddox comes around from second to score and give the Rapids Raptors an early one-run lead. Back come the Growlers in the bottom of the fourth. Jordan Verdon is going to hit one deep to right over the fence for the game-tying solo shot, his first of the season. Nick Hutchins would follow that with another home run, and the Growlers take over with a 2-1 lead. That's all they would need thanks to some good defense here by the second baseman Connor Smith. The leaping grab from the WMU Bronco robs Wisconsin of a hit and possibly another run. Growlers go on to win 4-1. Tigers going for what would be a season-high 6th straight win and a 4-game sweep of the Rays today. Not looking good, though, in the top of the 8th with 2 men on. Victor Martinez nearly grounds out into a double play. But not only does he beat the throw at first, but Ian Kinsler on the heads-up play comes home and scores. We're all tied up at 1-1. Later in the inning, Justin Upton is going to keep the offense going. He drives this ball into center field just past a diving Rays outfielder. That will bring in Cameron Maven and Nick Castellanos. Tigers take the 3-1 lead heading into the 9th. And just for good measure, Ian Kinsler is going to add some insurance runs. A 2-run shot to left, his second home run in as many nights, his 200th of his career. Wow. Tigers take this one by a final score of 5-1. Final day for the World Golf Championship Bridgestone Invitational. The #1 ranked golfer in the world, Jason Day, entering the round tied at the lead at 5 under. And this is only going to help his chances at a win. A beautiful chip in from just off the edge of the green, and it's in the hole. The impressive eagle shot drops Day to 7 under. But the third-ranked, soon-to-be second-ranked golfer in the world would be hot on his heels. Dustin Johnson, coming off his U.S. Open win, looking for another first-place finish. The great approach shot on 17 would set up a very makeable birdie putt. Johnson goes into the clubhouse at 6 under, and that would be enough. He hangs on for the win and has a ton of momentum heading into the Open Championship. Over to Wimbledon, Serena Williams going for win number 300 in Grand Slam tournaments, taking on Anita Beck. Serena falling behind early, but using her strong serve to come back and take control in the first set. She takes it 6-3 then in the second set with match point on the line. More of the same. Beck can't return the serve, and Serena becomes only the second women's tennis player ever to reach 300 wins in Grand Slam tournaments. Brittany, can you tell me who the other player is?
You know what, I cannot, and unfortunately, we have to send it to break. Another live report from South Haven in just a moment. Stay with us. We are staying on top of breaking news in South Haven. About a dozen people arrested this evening after violence breaks out on North Beach. News Channel 3's Andy Dominiani staying on top of this story for us tonight. Andy, he is live in South Haven.
Yeah, Brittany, a lot of fireworks on the beach in South Haven tonight. Unfortunately, not the kind anybody would have wanted. About an hour before the Light Up the Lake fireworks show began, a mass riot broke out right behind me on North Beach. Police moved in quickly, evacuated tens of thousands. As you said, up to 12 people arrested. There are several injuries. Our Nikki Zizaza talked with police and witnesses earlier tonight about what they saw about 9:30 tonight.
Andy, I spoke with one gentleman who said it was a scary situation, and he says he was laying on the beach, and he said out of nowhere he saw people getting pepper sprayed, and then he said he had to move quickly. He says now he's still a little shaken up, and he's having second thoughts as to whether he's going to return next year after this incident.
You can't blame him for that. We hope, of course, that this will be a much safer event next year. Right now, police are still investigating and talking to witnesses, and we'll have the very latest for you tomorrow morning on News Channel 3 after riots break out here on North Beach in South Haven on Light Up the Lake.
Of course, many ways to make up for it tomorrow. It'll be cloudy, but we have a whole list of other spots to watch the fireworks.
Thanks for joining us. Have a happy and safe 4th of July.